Alright folks, this is Pitching Ace 88 and we are back. Playing criminal case on Facebook, Pacific Bay, case number 4, Dead Girl Rolling. Now we're going to be heading on to chapter number 3, but I'm going to be doing something really unique and I hope you guys enjoy this. For those of you guys who have been commenting and throwing likes down below, what I'm going to do is for everyone that comments down below that tells me what like they did in terms of selecting the like button and liking it, I'm going to randomly generate a number and then I'm going to give you a shout out in the following video. So for those of you guys, for example, I have this guy who always comments on my stuff. His name is Mark Kim. I want to give a shout out to him. He does a whole bunch of cool stuff in terms of explaining on my videos, and I kind of look forward to in the future for you guys, aside from him, even though I'd like him to keep doing it, for all you guys to like and comment down below in whatever your comment is, and then put a number at what like your is, and I'm gonna put that number in in a random number generator, and I'm gonna pick one, and then I'll give you guys a shout out. You can even tell me what you want me to say, and I'll take about maybe 30 seconds at the end of each video and showing it out to you guys and kind of giving you guys a shout out. So feel free to do that right now if you guys want, and we'll head on to chapter number 3. I'm telling you, Commander Ace, it was all a lie. I wasted days following Susie around, and all for nothing. Wait, Becky, calm down, please. What lie? What happened to your, stalker award? It doesn't exist. Someone lied to me. I'll never become famous. I'll be right back. I need to go rant on my FriendNet account. Well, Commander Ace, I agree. We should have a chat with Becky when she's calmed down a little bit. This whole thing sounds very suspicious, and so does Becky. Is there anything else we could do in the meantime to find new leads on Susie's murder? Well, good idea. We know that Susie often trained at the plaza. Let's go have another look, Commander Ace. Now, what you guys will notice, that is cool. What you guys will notice is that I have gotten all these stars, but that's just because, remember, you had 12 hours kind of back to back, so I had time to get all the stars, so I'm basically ready to go. So I'm hoping, guys, with that, with the ability to have you guys put likes down below, it'll allow you guys and us to kind of have kind of a fun bleep the DEA. I love this. Jones Hart. This is pretty cool. And this is from Breaking Bad. I love it. I love it. Alright, so boom, tennis racket, roller skate, ice cream, prop box. Sweet. So let me know what you guys think down below, and always leave a number with your comments, and you very well could be focused in one of my next videos. Well, look at this box you found, Ace. Instruments, juggling balls. Do you think they belong to Lenny? Alright, let's have a look through this box. And with that, I know you guys use sometimes aliases on on YouTube and stuff. So if you guys are on YouTube, and that's where I'm going to be getting everything, is from YouTube, make sure to tell me exactly what you want. For me to say how to address you and everything. I wonder what this torn paper is doing amongst these performing props. But I'm sure you'll piece it back together in no time, Commander Ace. Yep, you know me too well, Amy. Wow. Oh dear, the torn letter you found in the prop box was from Lenny to Susie. It reads, "Rather death than being apart." I thought Lenny was just a little wacky, but now I'm worried he's insane. Commander Ace. He said he never really wanted to talk to Susie, and yet he was clearly madly in love with her. Do we really need to go talk to him again? I'm sorry, of course we must, but I just hope he doesn't spit fire at us. Come on, I'm around. They don't do that stuff when I'm around. Susie was the love of my life, so what if I only talked to her once? True passion doesn't need words. True passion is a fire that burns. So did Susie know about your strong feelings towards her? No, I was happy to write letters to her, which I never sent. My therapist says it's okay to do that. Better than following people around. Maybe you would benefit from some time off work, Lenny. Performance art seems to be a stressful occupation. Oh, I'm fine, really. I just do a bit of yoga when I'm losing it, which is nearly every day, so I'm in great shape. Ha 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 ha. I often see that other derby girl doing yoga too, the small angry one with the white hair. I can hear her grit her teeth from across the plaza. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be Mona. Like me, I love that. Alright, Becky, are you feeling calmer now? Can you explain Commander Ace exactly what happened to your website? Well, you know I've been following Susie around for days, working on my entry for the Stalker Award, but when I tried to submit the final version of my work, I couldn't. The organization website went offline, like it never existed. I tried to track down the other contestants to see if they knew anything, but there weren't any. Hey Becky, how did you first hear about this organization? Well, they contacted me on FriendNet. They promised me an international audience if I wrote about Susie, and now they disappeared. Yeah, Becky, Commander Ace is right. Now that the website has disappeared, how do we know you're telling the truth? Do you have any proof to back this up? I saved all the info I have about the award on this USB key. It's just a big mess of data I gathered in a rush, but it's real, I swear. Ace, do you think we can trust Becky? She was so eager for her blog to be a hit. She could have easily killed Susie just to have a more thrilling story to write. Yeah, you're right. On the other hand, if she's being honest, then it means someone used her to spy on our victim. Let's give this USB to Hannah and see if it sheds some light on Becky's intentions and this mysterious organization. How long is this going to take? 9 hours. You know what? I'm actually going to use the instant here because I know that there's going to be stuff after this. Ace, I have good news about Becky's USB key. I've identified the person who contacted her on FriendNet. Oh, so Becky didn't make everything up after all? Someone really did use her to spy on Susie? Who is it, Hannah? Our woman warrior, Mrs. Pickley. Whatever she was up to, I can't help admiring her for making a fool of that Becky Walden. That was brilliant. Mrs. Pickley? But why would she have her own daughter-in-law followed? Commander Ace, you're right. She has some explaining to do. It says like me. I love it. Mrs. Pickley, you said you were very close to your daughter-in-law, but we discovered you hired a social blogger, Becky Walden, to spy on her. Why'd you do it? Because Susie wouldn't drop that shameful roller derby thing. Bah, it was my fault. I encouraged her to take up the sport. Sport builds character. I do my yoga exercises several times a week. But I don't approve of scantily dressed women beating up each other in front of drooling men. That's not girl power. That's disgusting. I didn't want Susie to turn into a flapper. Oh, I should have just taught her how to play the guitar instead. I took classical guitar before I retired. We could have played some lovely tunes together. But Mrs. Pickley, what exactly did you think about... Well, what exactly did you think when you found out about Susie by having her followed? Since you insisted, I was afraid she was cheating on my Howard. I mean, have you looked at him? He's a lump. And Susie was blossoming into such a fine woman. But lump or not, he's my son, and she was his wife. I just want to make sure she wouldn't do anything she'd regret. Oh, she could definitely be the person. Commander Ace, I feel like this investigation is a tangle of lies and odd behavior. But how do we untangle the threads to get to Susie's killer? Go back to the murder scene? Funny you should say that. I bumped into Russell and he said that the murderers often return to the scene of the crime. If we're lucky, Susie's killer did the same thing. Let's go back to the skating rink. I'm right behind you. Let's do it. Boom. Last place. Ooh, the clock's moving. I like it. The pocket watch. Derby. I just like Miss Fury. That's funny. RB. I just like seeing some of this other stuff, you know, in here. Because some of them are... I was looking at the old cases and they put like little things in them. That's really cool. Alright, so we got crushed bottle. We got a whistle. Screwdriver. Guitar pick. Aha, that's going to be definitely a good clue. Earphones and goggles. I wonder why someone flattened this bottle you found on the shelves. To hide it, perhaps? There's some faded text on the surface. Can you reconstruct what it says? And this is a guitar pick. Hey, we already knew the killer plays the guitar. This must belong to them. And what's this dark stain in the middle? We must collect a sample. It's a fresh lead on our killer. Yeah, it is. I'm assuming they're going to be both 12 hours because the other one was 9, so we'll see. Oh. I knew it. I knew the bottle you found hidden in the skating rink was a red-hot clue, Commander Ace. It belonged to Susie. This must be the bottle she drank before the match, the bottle that contained the poisonous energy drink. I'm sorry, Commander Ace. I'll stop yelling now. I'm just excited because we're so close. Let's send this bottle to Jan at once and see what else he can tell us about it. Jan, how long is it going to take you? 15 hours. Jan, you're not my favorite anymore. You take too long. Alright, well, whatever this one is, it can't be as bad. This almost looks like a coffee or something. Brown substance. Great job, Commander Ace. You've collected a tiny drop of dark substance from the guitar pick you found near the murder scene. Ooh, I feel like everything is falling into place, don't you? I hope Jan can tell us exactly what this substance is. That's why. It's because we have Jan doing both of the work. Alright. Anyways, guys, I'll need to wait a little bit. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Au revoir. Alright, folks, we're back. But before we finish this off, I actually have some growing up of my panda to do. So watch this. Gets both +1 here. And he's gonna grow up. He's a bigger panda now. So now we're getting really good on this. So pretty stoked about that. But anyways, let's finish the sports bottle. Ace, as you suspected, I found traces of Rocket Cow in Susie's bottle. Well, exactly as Roxy said after the autopsy. What about the damage on the bottle itself? Commander Ace says time is of the essence now, so every little bit of info makes a difference. Well, I do have good news. From the way the bottle is dented, I was able to knock up a model to reconstruct the angle and force used to flatten the bottle. From that, it only took a simple mathematical regression to deduce the weight of the killer. You're looking for a person who weighs 132 pounds, Commander Ace. Oh, so it's probably... I told you, I think it's the mom. I could be wrong, though. Well, I've got good news, Ace. I've identified the substance you found on the killer's guitar pick. Well, what is it? What is it? Well, it's a mixture of secondary amines and some pigment. In layman's terms, brown hair dye. So Susie's killer has brown hair? Well, great. I'll write it down for you, Commander Ace. We'll get our killer any minute now. I can feel it. Darn tootin'. Ace, I think we have enough evidence to arrest Susie's killer. Let's go bust their chops, as Frank would say. Let's bust their chops. Arrest the killer. Now, all you guys want to know what happens when you arrest the wrong killer. So, although I believe it is her... Yes, it is her. So, we're going to arrest the wrong killer. Let's do Mona. Innocent. So basically by doing it, you just lose a star. So let's go arrest Barbara Pickley. Gosh, I guessed it, man. I guessed it in Chapter 2, I think. Barbara Pickley, Commander Ace is arresting you for the murder of your daughter-in-law, Susie. I'm a bit confused. You seem so uptight. It was a very hard decision to kill Susie. I wish it hadn't come to that, but I had no choice. A woman sometimes has to make difficult decisions in life. Difficult decisions? You said you saw yourself in Susie. You were her friend, her confidant, and her mentor. Exactly, I was. Until Roller Derby changed her. Suddenly she had no use for my advice. She made new friends. She kept new company. When I found out from Becky Walden that Susie was flirting with that freak, I knew she'd gone too far. I had to ask fast. So you poisoned her? You even wrote a little note tricking her into drinking that awful energy drink. Mrs. Pickley, Susie trusted you. Yeah, and she betrayed my trust. She was going to leave her husband. I'm sure of it. This is how she repays me for welcoming her as a daughter? By cheating on my son? Not only that, but Howard was also changing, getting unnaturally interested in those other Derby girls, drooling over them. I've raised him better than that. This was all because of Susie. I knew what I had to do, and I thought dying during a derby match would be a fitting end for Susie, and a warning for Howie to stay away from those derby girls. Commander Ace, I know you understand how hard it is to be a mentor to a young woman. Let's hope you'll succeed with Miss Young where I failed with Susie. Wow, really? Well, in the meantime, Miss Pickley, you're under arrest. Thanks to Commander Ace, I'll have to custody with you. Families, eh? I mean, killing off your wealthy uncle for the inheritance is one thing, but murdering your daughter-in-law because she took up roller derby? What was that all about, Mrs. Pickley? Well, I feared she was going to leave Howie, and a mother's first duty is to her child. Having raised a mama's boy is not a mitigating circumstance, Mrs. Pickley. Furthermore, the prosecution says that you did a very sloppy job covering your traces. You lost personal effects all over the crime scene, a charm, a guitar pick, and your research notes on the energy drink. What a mess, Mrs. Pickley. Well, tidying up is not my strong suit, Your Honor. That's not a mitigating circumstance either. You're sentenced to 25 years in jail. Maybe you could use the time to write the sequel to The Woman Warrior. All rise. Commander Ace, you solved this case brilliantly. I'm learning so much from you. A good mentor really is invaluable. Provided they don't kill you once you've gained some confidence. Apparently that's a risk factor in any training situation. But I wouldn't worry about that, Amy. I'm sure Ace is only a danger to criminals, but harmless to colleagues. Now, how about a nice cup of tea? You are an oddball, Robert Crane. Oddball. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching chapter number 3. Stay tuned for case number 4. Again, always comment down below and like, and you may be featured in my next video. So, see you guys in a little bit. It's been Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.